listening to the Marketing in Yoga Pants podcast, a podcast in sisterhood for female entrepreneurs that serves up savvy, actionable marketing advice and interviews with creative business owners who are in the trenches, building their businesses as we speak. The Marketing in Yoga Pants community is for you, the girl on her couch, in her yoga pants, top knot tight, hunched over her MacBook, trying her hardest to get the word out about her business. So in the name of supporting each other while supporting ourselves, bringing community, sound marketing advice, coffee, chocolate, and wine together for you, yoga pants wearing business owner, in a world where followers mean nothing, but paying customers mean the world, join us on this week's podcast episode and in our private Facebook group where you'll meet your soul sisters and build your business in yoga pants. All right, welcome back to another episode of the Marketing in Yoga Pants podcast. I'm Britt Colo, and I'm here today with Nina. She is the founder of Baby Chick and the founder of Basset Baby Planning. Thank you so much for joining me today, Nina.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Brittany. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. Me too. So let me give the listeners and watchers a little background story of how we connected. This is actually the very first time I've ever spoken to Nina or talked to her online or anything. Backstory is I reached out to Nina a few weeks ago asking her to be on the podcast because I had bought her one of her tank tops off of her online store at Baby Chick. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can kind of see the tank top here. It's like, I was just telling Nina, when I found this tank top, I have to say, no one knows me better than this tank top. When I found it, I'm like, I have to have this. It's a gray tank top, and it says, just in a perfect list, coffee, top knot, yoga pants, chocolate, and wine. And oh my gosh, when I found it, I'm like, yes, put that in the cart. Give that to me right now. When I got to my house, I opened it up. It was packaged in this pretty pink paper, and oh my goodness, I put it on right away. I love it. And if you've been on the Marketing in Yoga Pants podcast website, you've seen it all over my branding. It's in a bunch of my photos that my dear friend Seneca took for the brand, and because that's I think we all can relate to that at some point, especially if we're tuning into Marketing in Yoga Pants. I mean, we kind of got all of that stuff going on: the coffee, the yoga pants, the top knot, all of it. So I bought the tank top. I wear it everywhere, basically. And then I reached out to Nina and I said, hey, I not only love the tank top, but I love what you're doing on your online store, your blog. And now I'm finding out an entire other business that I didn't even know that you owned. So that's amazing too. I love what you're doing with that. And so I'm so pumped to get to chat with you today, get to know you a little bit better, and get some insight into your businesses, what makes it all tick. So you ready to jump in?
Yeah, I am. Let's go.
Okay, let's do this. So first of all, Nina, tell me about how you earn your living right now.
Okay, so just like you mentioned, I own two different companies. So one is Baby Chick. So that's an online platform where it's a social media blog, and we're a resource site for all things motherhood. So we talk about everything: pregnancy, birth, postpartum, parenting, motherhood as a whole. And we work with some great brands and talk about their products or their services. So that's how I make my living, is by working with different brands and promoting the things that I really do love and have tried out. And then also the shop. We have our shop as well. So I have that. That's my online business. And then my other business that I have is Basset Baby Planning. I started that a little over 6 years ago as a baby planner. I'm also a birth doula, postpartum doula, massage therapist, childbirth educator, newborn care educator, infant massage instructor, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but I don't do the services anymore because I have been now managing everything and running the business. And now I have this team of incredible women who are doulas and lactation consultants and massage therapists and childbirth educators and et cetera. So we offer that support to women here in the Houston area and support them during their pregnancy, at their births, and immediate postpartum. And that's why I was like, well, I can only help a certain group of people here in Houston. I might as well start something online where I can share these resources and this information that I have that I've learned over the past, several years, and share it with the world. And so that's what we've done with Baby Chick. And yeah, so it's a lot of fun. So that's how I make my two livings, is by offering those services here at Bassett Baby Planning, and then also working with some incredible brands and giving some great tips and information to moms online.
Okay, so what I love about this the most is that you had your brick and mortar, right? First. Yeah. That came first.
Yeah.
With Bassett Baby Planning. And then you took it a step further and you created this complementary but separate brand at Baby Chick. And yes, that's online marketing to the nth degree. I mean, that is brilliant, because here's the thing. I found your tank top from a Pinterest pin. I'm not a mom.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't regularly have found your stuff. Like I have no reason to really get into what you're doing because I don't need it yet. Right. Yeah. But I found the tank top. And again, this is a whole other thing. It's not that you necessarily have to have a bunch of different offerings. I'm sure that I can't wait to dive into how this all came about. But what a great example of different ways that you can reach different people. And now I have you on my podcast talking to female entrepreneurs. So it's just, wow, it's just amazing. I love the world we live in. That's so exciting. So being that the entire, let's call it the motherhood industry is where you're at with both of your businesses. Tell me the story of how you came to do this with your life.
Yeah. So I think what shocks people the most is that I don't have any kids yet.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Isn't that wild?
It is wild.
I completely fell into this on accident. I was working right out of college doing sales, and, I hated where I was working and was not feeling fulfilled and not feeling like this is my purpose in life. Mm-hmm. And so in my sales department, there was another girl, and she had just announced that she was pregnant. And I would watch her every day, making sure that she was eating right. She would go every day to prenatal yoga. I was in the room when she had the doctor and her husband on speakerphone, and they announced it's a boy. And I just watched this whole process of her planning the nursery and what she needs on her registry. And I was kind of just completely intrigued by it all. And I thought, wow, look at this woman working a full-time job, preparing for a baby, and just kicking butt. And I want to learn more about this. So I quit my job and started working for a mom and baby boutique, and was learning more about, all the products and stuff. And what I quickly realized is that especially first-time moms, they have no idea what they're doing. They have no clue. They're like, cool, I'm pregnant. Help me. I don't know where to start. So I was like, you know what? There really needs to be a place or a phone number that these women can call and go to and talk to someone to give them the information of what they need to be doing, and just a checklist, and just help them and support them throughout this whole process, because it can be really exciting but extremely overwhelming. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, I guess it's kind of like a wedding planner when you're planning for your wedding, but a baby planner planning for your baby.
Oh my gosh, genius.
I know. I was like, I'm a genius. So then I realized, oh wait, I'm not that much of a genius, because there's actually a certification program. I thought I had invented this whole new job. No, know, I'm not that cool. So yeah, so I signed up
Oh
and
my
got
goodness.
this certification as a baby planner. And then I went to a birth, and it was the most incredible thing I'd ever seen. And I was like, I need to help women through birth. So I got
Mm.
certified. It took me about 2 years to get my birth doula certification, another 2 years for my postpartum doula certification. And during that, I realized, oh, touch is so important during that whole process. So I went to massage school. It took me about a year and a half to get my license. And just it's been kind of growing ever since then. And I've been helping women along the way as I, continued my education. And yeah, and so I was just working out of my house and also going to clients' houses and helping them. And I started getting more and more in demand. And I can't help everyone. There's only so much time during the day. So I started asking people like, hey, would you work for me? I have some clients and I really need the help, and I'll pay you. So yeah, and then it just started growing, and then eventually I was able to open a storefront. And so yeah, now I have this wonderful team, and I just make sure that I take care of our clients and our doulas and do payroll and the not exciting stuff. and yeah, and then because of that, my husband was like, gosh, Nina, you know so much in this industry. You've started a business, you've seen it all, and because I personally have been to over 200 births and have helped over 500 families with their babies, and I've seen a lot in the past almost 7 years. So he said, you really need to start like a site where you can help women all over rather than just our area. So that's how Baby Chick was born. So yeah, I totally got into this on accident, didn't plan it at all, but I'm so grateful that I did, because I definitely am the type of person who likes to help others. I liked, I don't know, I guess my dad being a surgeon and my mom being a nurse, it's just a part of my genetics that you just want to take care of people and help them. And so I just help them in a very different way. but yeah, so yeah, it was all on accident, and now we're pregnant and we're really excited. And yeah,
Congratulations.
so we're 17 weeks, and so we finally are now getting to experience it for ourselves. But yeah, so yeah, it's been a roller coaster for the past 7 years, but it's been great.
Wow, that is amazing. Okay, so take me back. So you quit your job and you go work for a mom and baby boutique, you said, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you're thinking, okay, I kind of want to do more of this, and you go to get your certification. Take me back to getting your very first paying client. What did that look like? How did you get their attention, and how did that work 7 years ago?
Yeah. So as you can tell, I'm not shy at all. I like to talk. You can probably be like, all right, Nina, slow down a little bit. So getting the first client, it's all about marketing. Marketing is everything. And I tell new people who are starting a business that if you just, hang your chandelier and just sit in front of your computer waiting for someone to come, no one's going to come. You need to get your butt up. You need to go. I went to every single, mom and baby store, boutique. I went everywhere and made sure I went to mom groups. I said, can I talk about something? I can be a speaker. I can bring this. Let me bring cookies. I dropped off cookies at pediatricians' offices, at OB's offices. I went everywhere. I wanted everyone to know who I was. And I made sure that on resource sites, like the organizations that I got certified through, that they had my website. So if someone was looking for a baby planner or doula or a massage therapist in that area, or an educator, that they could easily find me. And so I made sure that I was everywhere. So that's how I got my first client. Someone found my information and said, hi, yes, I'm interested in your services. And I was like, score, this is great. So yeah, not sitting back, that's for sure. It's pounding the pavement and networking and marketing. That's everything.
Awesome. Okay. And so then how did you then grow the business? How did you work that marketing? It kind of sounds like it's a little innate within you. Like, I need to make this work, so I'm going to go figure out how to do it. How did you then grow Bassett Baby Planning to now you have an entire team
Yeah.
behind you?
Yeah. So basically, like I said, I reached out to other companies that were targeting or reaching out to the same target audience as I
Mm-hmm.
was. So I reached out to like an acupuncturist who only works with women who are trying to get pregnant or during their pregnancy. And we did a little events and we did like giveaways and things like that. We would work together. Or I would go to there's this store here that sells nothing but like breastfeeding stuff. So I made sure to go there and do like a meet the baby planner, ask questions, or meet the doula. And so I just made sure that, I kept being visible, kept being out there. Social media is really great. It wasn't as heavy back in 7 years ago. I mean, it was popular, but it wasn't so much about business. It was more
Mm-hmm.
socialization. So yeah, it was really just making sure that I was as visible and out there as possible. I was not at home. I was always making sure that I was networking with someone, passing out my business cards, getting like another gig so that I could meet somebody. And then because that's how word of mouth happens.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And so then you're pounding the pavement, you're out there, you're getting your face out there, people are starting to recognize you. And obviously that's going to be crucial for a business like yours, where someone's hiring you and or someone on your team to
Right.
actually physically be there and be essentially a part of their family for 9 months and beyond,
Yeah,
probably, right?
exactly. Yeah.
So then you mentioned that your husband said, hey, like, wouldn't it kind of make sense to put this online?
Yeah.
Tell me about that process. Were you open to it at first? Were you not? And what's been that growth path? What has the growth path looked like for you now that you're taking all that's in your head and the amazingness that you bring in person to an online space?
Yeah. When Brian first mentioned, oh, you should do something online, I was like, you're crazy. I don't have enough time to do all of that and this. And I said, I will only do this if you help me. There's no way I'm doing, because he was just bringing it up like, oh, you should do this. Like, you should do this. And I'm
Right.
like, okay, that's cute. No, I really need help if I'm going to do something like that. Because he was like, Nina, and even at Bassett Baby Planning, it says the baby chick. I'm the chick with the babies,
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, if you named it baby chick and, people can go and get great tips and information. He's like, oh, I just see it. Yeah, you should do that. And once I told him, like, unless you do it, I won't do it. He was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it with you. And I said, okay, I guess we're doing this. So having him has been, wonderful, but at the same time, so maddening, because when you're working with your spouse, you want to kill each other a little bit, but you love each other and are so grateful for their help and support, because he literally is the brains behind everything. I'm the one that's doing all of the content and creation, but he is everything on the website. He is everything on the customer experience, the marketing, getting out there, the social media, like making sure it's getting to the right people. So at first I thought he was nuts, but now I'm really glad that he did that, because now, as you asked, what has the growth kind of looked like? I'm actually now busier at Baby Chick. And I've only been around, it'll be 2 years. Baby Chick's only been around for 2 years on the 10th. And I'm busier with Baby Chick than I am with Bassett Baby Planning.
Wow.
Because again, when you are doing something, I've realized that again, when you're doing something local and you can only help certain people a certain time frame, you have certain office hours, you can only help so many people during the day. But when you are on the internet and you are offering services, your shop can be open 24/7. Your people are asking questions all the time.
Mm-hmm.
it's constant, evergreen. It's always growing. I've learned that, the internet is like the future. So, really investing more of my time in that, because yeah, as I have seen, it grows so much faster and like wildfire. So, I'm really grateful for that. And that's why we have really been pushing forward, with both businesses, but definitely with Baby Chick, because there's the growth is, kind of limitless, because you can reach all over the world. So it's really incredible. So yeah, I hope that answered the question.
Yeah, totally. Now I have, on that point, with the website, obviously you're monetizing the retail shop. That's where I got my tank top from, right?
Yes.
And I love now meeting you, actually, like face to face, kind of webcam to webcam, because the energy that those products that you have in your retail store are so you. Like, they're cute. They're not. They're mommy. They're so mom relatable. Which when I bought the tank top, I didn't realize that everything else was about moms until afterwards. And I started looking through the shop. I'm like, wait a second, I just bought this from a mom shop. I'm not a mom. But they're all
those shirts though, just for girls like us. I'm not a mom either. I can't be walking around with like motherhood all like, okay, Chick,
they're so you, and they're so of right now, and I just love it. So obviously you're monetizing the retail store, but talk to me about, as we know, a website can take a ton of time. Managing a website, managing social media, marketing, Facebook ads, Instagram, oh my goodness, like everywhere. You can spend a ton of time there. But tell me about your revenue model. Like, how are you monetizing it to make it worth your time?
Yeah, absolutely. So honestly, we make more money on our blog than we do in our shop.
Wow.
Because in the shop, you are then having to think about, okay, I have to order this, shipping, packaging, the time for this.
Right.
You're actually not making as much as you think you will. And then you have to market those products. So then you're like, oh, then you're taking your marketing budget into whatever you've made. And with the site, working with some great brands, we pitch it as, okay, you can do sponsored posts, featured posts, social media campaigns, Facebook Live video. You can sponsor that. We can do a giveaway. There's so many different things that we can do to get you in front of your target audience. And that's why we reach out to like mommy and baby companies, or anything that would really appeal to the mom, who, the great thing is, the mom is usually the buyer and the decision maker in the family. So we get to also work with some great companies that have nothing to do with motherhood, but we can spin it in a great way because it's relatable to women, and women maybe need that product as well. So, so yeah, definitely working. We're actually working on some really great products that are going to be coming to the shop hopefully by the end of the year, which we're excited about. It's a whole new direction. I can't wait. But really right now we're definitely focusing more on working with some great brands and going that route. So that's how we are able to grow and monetize. But you were saying something about, there's so many different things to kind of juggle, like the social media side and all of that. Oh my gosh, yes, it's kind of crazy. And I can't do it by myself. So I have my husband, and I also have Mary Alice, who helps me with our videos, she helps me with reaching out to different brands. So our sales, she helps me with our little events that we do. I also have another sales girl who reaches out to different brands. So we make sure we pay them in commission and all of that good stuff too. So yeah, you can't, if you're wanting to do something well, you can't do it by yourself if you're wanting it to really kind of flourish. So getting the right team behind you and who get the vision, that's how we've been able to really grow, because there's no way I could manage all of that by myself, and this other company, and being pregnant now.
No. Well, and that so much speaks to what marketing in Yoga Pants is all about. It's not just, yes, it's okay. So it's a podcast connecting business owner in the trenches to business owner on her couch just trying to get her thing started, right?
Totally.
But it's also a private Facebook group where we get to get in there and we connect and we get to lean on each other, because when you are that girl on your couch just trying to figure it out, which I know at one point you were her.
Oh, I sometimes still am on the
Right,
couch
I
working
know,
on
same.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Not at all, like for real.
Yes, exactly. And so and that's the whole point. When you are that girl, you don't necessarily have somebody to fall on, right? And if you do have somebody to maybe fall on, they still don't totally get it until they're actually in it. And so, oh man, I really, I support you in building that team and making things happen over time that make sense, but also supporting yourself in the way who you surround yourself with. That is
Absolutely.
so crucial.
You have to delegate, because if you try to take it all on your own, you'll drive yourself mad, and you can't do everything perfectly. It's just not no one's capable of doing that.
Right.
So, and something that my strengths are definitely not my husband's strengths, and his strengths are definitely not mine. And we work so well together because he helps us grow in one way, but obviously like the whole thing is about me and like my knowledge. So that's essential.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to have people that can help you grow and push you. And even if you're doing it just by yourself, I have been there. You have to surround yourself with other like-minded people, because maybe your spouse isn't supportive and just doesn't get it and is saying like, gosh, why are you wasting so much time on this, so much money on this? You have to surround yourself with other people who are doing the same thing that you are, entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs that get it, that can support you. Because yeah, we have all been there, and
Yes.
I can't. Support is essential, because if you feel like you're alone, you won't make it.
Yeah, we'll go so much farther together than if we were to
Exactly.
just try to slog through it on our own.
Exactly.
Yes. All right, Nina. So now I would like to get a picture of what you're working on right now. Where's your focus at? Is there any big project going on? Like, where are you right now?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm pregnant, so that's a big project. Trying to make sure that as an entrepreneur, when you're hustling and going and going and going, you're not taking the best care of yourself sometimes. Like, oh, I need to eat lunch. Oh, I need to, exercise. I need to do all of these things. Yeah, so that's something that I'm now like, okay, I have to start putting that me time in, so then I can do that. So that's a big project that I'm working on right now, growing, a human. So there's that.
That's so exciting. That's so exciting.
We're so excited too. But things that are coming up right now, we are doing like a big Mother's Day giveaway on Monday. We're announcing it on our site. We partnered with some great brands that have paid to participate, and also are giving away some great stuff for the people who enter into win. So we're excited about that. And then on Wednesday, we announced who the winner is, but also on Wednesday, we're going to announce the gender of our baby.
So, okay. So by the time this podcast airs, we'll have already known that, but we'll make sure. I'm sure that there will be video and everything and something to report back to. So we'll throw that in the show notes, but we don't know right now. So
so we're going to announce the gender of our baby, and it's also that same day is our 2-year anniversary for Baby Chick. So
cool.
We're really excited to say like, oh, this is what we're having, and we're celebrating this 2-year mark. And it's just so exciting. Gosh, other things that we're working on. Again, a really exciting product. It's going to take me a while. I'm working with some designers right now that we're going to be adding to the shop and really taking the shop in like a whole new direction, which I think is going to be great and totally in line with what we're doing at Baby Chick. So busy working on that. And yeah, I think those are like the big things at Baby Chick that that we're doing. So yeah, and the whole baby thing. Yeah.
And the whole baby thing. Now I have to know, are you discontinuing my tank top? Because if you are, I'm buying like 6 more.
Probably, girl, probably, because
Oh no.
I know we're going a whole new direction. We're literally going a whole new direction. So I'm excited. Again, people have really, so it's not just me on the site, it's other people who are experts in their field that share
Right.
some great tips and topics. So like today we had a multiples expert talk about like if you're expecting twins, what you need to know. We have a family and marriage therapist on there. We have a sleep consultant, a lactation consultant. We have a pediatrician, an obstetrician, you name it, talking about all different things that they are great at and what they know. And then also like some mommies that maybe are experts in like baby-led weaning, and they've started like a mommy group in their area. So it's all about sharing different stories and education and letting moms know like the different options that are available to them throughout this whole crazy, amazing journey through motherhood. So the products that we're going to be now entering, we're shooting for at the end of the year. It's definitely more in line with that. So again, when you start something, you think, oh, I'm going to go in this direction, and then you're like, oh, wait, no, over here. This is where it's at. So you learn as you grow, and so we've kind of found our niche, and yeah, going for it.
Definitely. Okay, so and I was wondering that too. I'm kind of backtracking on our conversation, but I was wondering all of that amazing content that you have on your website.
Thank you.
Holy smokes. And so you're partnering with experts,
Yes.
Guest blog posts, featured posts, sponsored, all that. Oh man, that is brilliant. If listeners, that is how you run a blog. I mean, oh man, I get so many questions about how do you, for me, I write a blog post a week for my marketing agency blog. And how do you get that out every week? And how do you and I'm going to be honest, content is not easy to create. And especially, I mean, one piece here or there, okay, whatever, when you're feeling it, but what the once a week, twice a week, and I think you publish even more often because you have more people in the ring, right? But man, that's awesome when you can rely on and create this group of people. Again, it comes back to that connection and that finding your people. Oh man, I love it. That's where you take things from good to great. That's how it works. That's awesome. Okay, so I want to lighten some things up here and just do some quick, easy questions for you. Cool. First of all, what's your absolute favorite business tool you're using right now?
Oh my gosh. Favorite business tool that I'm using right now? Probably Photoshop. That's like everyone needs it. So yeah. And I'm learning more with it, so I'm feeling a little bit more confident. So I'm digging that. That's probably, there's so many different things, but that's one for sure.
How does Photoshop even come into your job? Like, what are you Photoshopping?
So if I have like images that I have maybe done, or because everything, I mean, even with our shop, I had to make sure that those images are perfect. And, to get that person to click, through your sales funnel, like click on it, then click add to cart, then put in their card information, then, all of that stuff, you have everything to be like perfect. So, and then I also have to make, the Pinterest image that looks great with it. And then you have to have the Instagram image, and they're different dimensions for everything. So you think, oh, I just need to have one image for like my site. No, I'm doing a different image for Facebook, a different image for Instagram, and a different image for Pinterest, etc. So then it can, be at its
snowball.
For that platform. So so I'm on it a lot.
Yeah. Okay. I love Photoshop too. Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I think we all know that answer right now.
I totally know that answer already.
I'm definitely an extrovert. I have no problem meeting new people, making new friends. I love talking to new people, and I'm not shy. Nope. No,
that's awesome. Yeah, I totally knew that answer, but I had to ask. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
I am an early bird. I can't function at night. I mean, I can if I have to, but no, I'm way more like, I'll wake up happy and chipper and like everyone thinks I'm that annoying girl. So yeah, so definitely morning.
Me too. I'm definitely that annoying girl. Ask
They're like,
anybody.
give me the coffee. And I'm like, I'm good. What do you need?
You want breakfast? Let's go for a run. Yeah, got you. Yep.
Exactly.
Same thing. I would love to know, where do you find your flow in your work? Those moments where you put your head down, you start working, and 5 hours later you pick up your head and you're like, whoa, that was like 5 seconds. Where do you find that?
Definitely at home with my dogs on the couch, just like on a Sunday, and like I'll have my windows open and I have, my yoga pants on.
Yes.
And I'm sitting and I'm feeling really inspired. And yeah, I'm away from the office. The office, there's like a phone call always, there's a client walking in, there's questions, there's emails. But when I can just like be at home and get in my little nook, I'm set. And then yeah, all of a sudden I'm like, holy crap, I need to eat. It's been way too long, or go to the bathroom, like all of the above. So yeah.
Oh, I love it. Okay. And one last question we have to end with. So I want you to look back and tell me, what advice would you give yourself when you were first starting your business? So talking to that Nina, that girl on her couch, hunched over her MacBook, trying to figure this whole thing out, what would you say to her?
That it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. It's going to be harder than you think. I know you think it's going to be hard, but it's actually going to be harder than that. But you can do it. And people who are really successful, it wasn't just given to them. It wasn't just on accident. It was someone who kept that hustle going. And you're going to make so many mistakes, because we all do. You learn and grow. But as long as you learn from your mistakes and you keep going and keep pushing and finding ways to get better and grow, you can do it. But yes, it's going to be hard. But you're not alone. There's so many women out there that are also starting their businesses. They can relate to you. They can just inspire you, motivate you. Maybe there's a family member that just loves what you're doing, wants to get involved and help you. You can do this with support and just the mental attitude of, being dedicated and persistent and just keeping going. You can do it, but it'll be hard. And that's why a lot of people quit. And that's why a lot of people stop, because it's messing up with your social life. You don't see your friends anymore. You're poor. You're, and it sucks, but I, work hard now so you can, play harder and better later. So.
Yes. Amen. Okay. So thank you so much for that. So before we go, could you please tell the listeners where they can find you online?
Yes, absolutely. So for more information on us, you can go to our website at www.baby-chick.com, and you can find us on Instagram and all the social media. Usually our handle is @thebabychick, or you can go on Facebook and it's @teambabychick. So that's where you can find us.
Perfect. And your brick-and-mortar is in Houston. So if you happen to be in the Houston area, go find them. Yes. Okay, awesome. You heard her, girls. Go check her out, send her some love, and then hop into our private Facebook group to hear even more from Nina. She is going to be in there over the next couple of days, as will be all of us, there to support you, help you through this, get that business out there. All right. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Marketing in Yoga Pants podcast. Keep the conversation going by visiting marketinganyogapants.com/Facebook, where you'll get to join that private Facebook group I've been talking so much about. There, you'll get to chat with our podcast guests. Yeah, they're in there too. And all of the other brilliant creative business owners. We're connecting, we're meeting our soul sisters, and we're building our businesses. all while in yoga pants. So come hang out with us. Again, visit marketinginyogapants.com/Facebook to get in. And one more thing. If you dig this podcast, would you be awesome and share it with someone? This entire Marketing in Yoga Pants movement is nothing without its community. So please share. And if you're really feeling the love right now, jump into iTunes. You're probably already there if you're listening to this right now. And leave us a rating and review. The more of those we rack up, the more the podcast will be found by ladies like you, and the stronger this community becomes. This episode was edited and produced by the Podcast Engineers. They're pretty great, so go find them at podcastengineers.com. This episode was also brought to you by my online marketing agency, Jam Marketing Group, and you can find us at jammarketinggroup.co. That's all for now. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you back here next week on the Marketing in Yoga Pants podcast. Love ya. Bye.